So I'm watching Washington, and I'm thinking when you're seeing them throughout the year, because
Yeah.
they're 14th, by the way, and for anybody who knows how the conferences work in the NBA, there's only 15 teams,
Right.
and they are 14. You acquired Trae Young and Anthony Davis, like you're in win now mode. What is going on here? Like this doesn't strike me as a rebuild. This strikes me as we're trying to win games. Do they have the ability to do that? Maybe I don't watch enough Washington football, Washington basketball
Okay.
to know. And maybe you can inform me here of what I may be missing on what's going on here in Washington, in the sense of like you got two guys who are not 21, and you were going to need to have to kind of win with them now. They're both making a lot of money.
Yep.
What's going on there? Like, am I missing something?
I mean, so as just basketball people, so you and I watch enough to go, Reggie, when I saw the trade, I was like, I got it from a right now moment. I got it from okay, we're bringing these two guys in. It makes sense, right? It makes sense if these guys play. But right, if they both play.
that if is just such a large if, man.
Right.
Because I think at the time they brought them in, both of them were injured. I want to say. I gotta go back and look and see.
Both injured, and both in Anthony Davis has already been rolled out for the rest of the year. So he's gonna play the rest of the year.
Oh, yikes!
Right.
I didn't know that, man.
Yes.
I didn't know he was out for the rest of the year.
So
I know that he tried to pump fake like that story wasn't true. He tried to be like, "Oh, it's not. I'm gonna get a second." And they remember that report had to come back and like a pod say, "Oh, sorry, he's gonna get a second opinion. He's not gonna be done for the rest of the years before he was traded. He's not gonna be done, guys." And then you come out, no, I'm just kidding. He's done for real.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. Washington has a good young team. They do. They have a lot of good pieces. And you add these two guys in, if they come in, they play, it works. If it does, that's the thing. If they come in and don't play, it doesn't work. So that's where you're at. So that's where we're at.
They got Sarr there, who's actually doing not terrible, to be honest with you. He's not doing terrible. Keyshawn George, okay. I mean, I can go for it, but at the same time, they've been getting annihilated by other teams. So it's kind of like has Trae suited up for them yet?
No, he hasn't. That's the thing. So their team is really young. It's energetic. It's fun. But like you said, if those two guys play, it could be different. It could be.
It says that Will Dawkins, the GM, envisions Young and Anthony Davis playing together for the Wizards. Of course you do.
Of course.
Of course you did, bro.
Of course.
So that's why you got them.
Right.
But a lot of people have envisioned Anthony Davis playing.
Right.
We've all envisioned it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen. And at what point? And I'm so glad. I really should be sending flowers to the Washington Wizards, man. They've taken so many issues off of the Hawks' hands here for me this season, man. I didn't know what we were going to do with Trae. Washington comes in, gives us like a pack of chewing gum for him, and CJ McCollum, and we'll take it, I guess. Right. I felt like we could have did a little bit better, but whatever. I mean, we're getting younger. I like what our team is doing, so I'll take that. And then they took the Anthony Davis, the specter of Anthony Davis coming to my team, like the fear that I lived, the cloud of that I lived in, of doubt of my team, because I'm looking at the Hawks. I'm like, you guys are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, we're super interested in Anthony Davis. I'm like, what? What are you doing? You're about to mess this whole thing up. So I lived in confusion of what my team's actually doing, and the Wizards swoop in and take Anthony Davis off of our hands, off of their hands too, because he ain't playing for them, is what you sound like. I mean,
no. I think
is that he re-up? I gotta look at his contract situation and see if they're going to re-up him there, right? Is that a real thing? If you envision him playing, I would need to see how many years he has left on his contract, because if you envision him playing, because I hear that's another thing too. He was in play for a contract, and Lord knows I did not want the Hawks to do it. Did
No,
not want the Hawks to step
no.
out there and do that. So for the record, we don't know what's going on in Washington. Are they have a who are the young players you like? Is it Bub? Is it Keyshawn George? Who are the players that you like on Washington?
I love Sars.
Can't all be bad, right?
Sorry. That's the thing. They are a good young team. And my fear is it just all goes bad. You have
Really?
I mean, with Trae, let's look at Trae. He was not good with young guys, and that's why we let him go. I mean, here's the thing: if we thought he was anything just gonna bring us something back in the trade, would we let him go for just CJ? No, we knew this is all we could get for him. So,
you think that's because of the game? I watched a mini documentary on the game changing, kind of moving away from smaller guards like Trae in general, and that's why the market was depressed for him and Moran as well, because the game is kind of moving away from what they did well, and you can't be going 4-on-5 on defense. A lot of teams aren't willing to do that.
no,
a lot of times, and you got to really be able to compensate for that in other places. So I'm interested to see. I like Trae.
I do like him.
I appreciate the time in Atlanta, despite my whole Lucas situation that I ranted about for years. I did appreciate the excitement he brought to the city. Maybe he can bring it there to Washington. I was envisioning him going to a different team, but maybe he could go to Washington there. Well, let's end their show.